Hello everyone, today we are going to unbox and set up the new KuKirin C1 Pro, and this is a very interesting kind of a scooter. It's a combination maybe of a e-bike or moped and electric kick scooter. It's all of that, but with a twist. This thing, the Pro model, is a high performance version. So this tiny scooter with two seats, because it's going to have the main seat here and another seat there, can do up to 45 kilometers per hour and has a huge battery under this wood floorboard. But we are going to discuss the performance and all of that in the full review of this scooter. Today we are just going to put it together in one single piece, prepare it for the full review. So when you get this in the box, it's like this and a lot of foam, so you took all of them out. And you get a lot of components in their own bags. This is the part that goes here. And Mudguard, we get mirrors, we get the stem for the seat. So it's kind of a puzzle. Don't worry, it's not complicated to set up this. You also get a very good manual here with lots of instructions if you want to read that. Gives you a lot of things to know. And you also have this unboxing and assembly guide, so this will also help you. Oh, here is the front wheel. Comes with the front brake disc already installed, 160mm disc, good stopping power there. And here's the driver's seat, the main rider's seat. As you can see, it's not like a bike seat, it's more like a scooter seat for comfort, because you are not going to pedal on this, so it should bring you ride comfort. Then we also have the front basket, which we are going to attach, and there are some few other things here. The front wheel has a skewer type installed, so it has a quick release, right? And here we have the front LED headlamp. So that's most of the components. We also get somewhere in the box the charger for this scooter. We also get some tools here. So we should, in theory, have everything that we need to fully set up this. And the front wheel skewer, it's here. Going to take this packaging out, right? And I'm going to lift this up in the correct position. So this is open. It should go like this, right? And then we have to adjust this one. But we are going to let it a bit. I'm going to install the front wheel. The front wheel is installed very easy. You are going to check the part of the disc where the caliper is. So the wheel is going to stay like that. Then we are going to prepare the skewer. The skewer is this way and has two springs. So we are going to take this out, this nut out, and also the spring on this side. We are going to let that on, and this is going to go through this, just like that. I'm going to put this part, which locks, on the opposite side of the brake disc, because it's easier and you have more space to work with this. If you put it on the brake side, you might hit the caliper with this. And now, very simple. We are just going to lift this up, but before we do that, we have here a small plastic protector for transport purpose. That's better. And now you are going to lift this up and gently match it here, so this shaft goes through this and the caliper lines up with the brake disc. Then on the other side, where you don't see, you are just going to put the spring back and the nut. Let me zoom in, and here is how it should look. And the disc goes into the caliper. We have that there, and we are going to push from the other side. You can see the skewer coming out. You keep the skewer pressed and you are going to put the spring here and the nut, just like this. So spring and nut, and then from the other side you are going to open this, leave it open, then you are going to turn on this a bit tighter, but not overdo it. You need both hands here until when you actually press this, you are going to compress it and lock it, just like you are adjusting the seat post on a regular bike. And with the front wheel installed, now we can put the kickstand on, so the C1 Pro now rests on itself, on the wheels and the kickstand, so we can continue our work with it. And now we are going to continue with the handlebar. We are going to tighten this a bit so it doesn't go round and round that much. I need to set the torque on this. Okay. But don't overdo it, because you are going to adjust this later so it's straight with the wheel, actually perpendicular. And then we have to take this cap off so we can install the handlebar. So we have 4 screws to take out. Of course, I highly recommend you to use the included tool. Using power tools with screws of this type and with alloy metals can result in destroying the threads, cross-threading them very easy, especially when you are putting the screws back. So I don't recommend you to do that. I'm doing this on the video because it's a lot more quick for me, so I don't bore you with the installation, but you get the idea. And if I break it, I break it. You don't have to do that. Right, so here are the parts, and the handlebar will go something like rotated that way, or right this way. So we have the throttle here, the accelerator, display, brakes. You are going to also adjust the angle that you need it to. You can use this as an indicator so you know how to adjust it in relation with this window here, so you can see what it's measuring there. Right. And now, if you are going to use power tools or anything, now it's more important to just put this by the hand so they enter gently. When they go in easy a few turns, then you can use the key, power tools or whatever. You are safe. If it doesn't go in by hand, chances are you are going to cross-thread and destroy them. And now we have to put all 4 of them and try to put them as equal as possible. So don't get one single screw tight and forget about the other ones, because this is not going to center properly and you can crack this if you do it too much from one part. So try to do it equally from all the screws around. All right. Okay. Okay. And again, you are not going to make them very tight, because you are probably going to take them a bit off again, so you can adjust the angle of your handlebar finally and only then tighten them up. And now we are going to continue with the front part of the bike, so we are going to install the mudguard and the front LED headlamp. To do that, we have to take this screw out from here, and also this one from the front shock absorber from both sides. And we are going to also unwrap the plastic from this mudguard. You are not going to be able to do that completely because the plastic is somehow under this. It's a very fiddly job, but most of it will come out, while the other remaining one will be there forever. Only if you start to undo these screws you can take it out. I'm not going to bother, you are not going to see that. Alright, and this one will go in like this. The support wires will go down like that. And let's take this screw out. It also has a washer here. Okay, and now we are going to put the mudguard this way. Then the headlamp will come and the screw with the washer. So they go in this order. So screw, washer, lamp, bracket, and back to the support. Right, by hand first, so it enters there. And if you are in a hurry, with the tool, something like that, we are going to check them later. And we also have here the power connector for the front headlamp. So we are going to connect that. Sorry, might not see that on camera. So this one is on the bike, this one comes here, and you just, they have a key, so they fit in one position, and that's it. Now they are secured. And of course more plastic to unwrap from here. Alright, and then on the lower part we are going to remove the bracket, fixing screw. And I'm going to do that also on the other part, on the other side. And now we are going to fix the bracket. It's very simple. You just put this here and again by hand first. And now tighten it. And same goes on the other side of the wheel, where you don't see it, but we all feel it. Alright, and don't forget to tighten this when you are done with it, and unwrap the plastic. Nice headlamp, LED headlamp. I see 4 LEDs there. Nice, and some metal heatsink on it, so probably this thing has also some proper light output. And now the front basket. We have 4 screws here on the support. Okay, and the basket will go in like this, and of course we are going to put the screws back. First one is the hardest to put back, but you are going to make it. One is in, and I'm going to put the other one on the other side so I don't have to hold this anymore by hand. It's a bit fiddly because you also have this bar here. You have this bar here that goes very close to the screw heads, so your fingers are not having a lot of space to work in, until you manage to put it a few turns. Much better, but we still have 2 more to go. The lower ones, again, a bit fiddly. Alright, and the other one is also a bit in, and now we can start to tighten them up. I'm going to adjust a bit the torque. Not that this tool is very powerful, but it helps me get them in faster. Perfect. And now we can check them with the proper tool, so they are tight. We don't want to get this off while you ride. That's much more better. Also check all the other screws that we have worked on to until now, such as the mudguard bracket, the headlamp. All of that should be double checked. Also check the brakes if they work before you ride the first time. That's common sense there. Good. Now we can move on further. Now I want to install the backrest because I have a kid and he's definitely going to want to ride here. So you have actually to take off the seat first, the cushion. It has a screw here, and on the other side as well, another set of screws. So here is for you to see better, one here and the other one here. So we need to take this off. And they also come with a washer. Oh, this one is too tight. Let's see if we can make it. Yes. Good. And two more to go. And now we can lift this, and we have here the 3 screws that hold the backrest. So we are going to take them off. And with this you can see that if you don't need the rear seat, you can use this as a rear rack. It has metal reinforcements here. It has a very solid frame. It's integrated into this. And then the backrest comes this way. And we are going to put the screws back. Okay, now they are lined up. I don't have enough space there to work properly, so I'm going to change this attachment, and I'm going to do something like this. Much more better. Okay, and this one. Alright, and as I've told you, always check them with the proper tools. Alright, and double check and triple check. And now we can put the seat back. The seat has this notch here. This notch here goes over this, so it all fits nice and tidy. And I'm going to change attachments once again. put it on lower torque this time, and now we can put the screws back that hold this in place. Again, first by hand, then only with the tool. But don't fix it first, because you also need to line the screws on this other side here. And now we can tighten them up. You can also use the provided tools. This one didn't line up properly. What do you know? I was almost cross-threading it. Right. And all we have to do now is to fully tighten them up, and the seat and the backrest are now installed. If we are in the rear part, you should probably also take this off, and it would have been better when we have took this out, because we had more space to do that. But nonetheless, you can still peel it off, most of it, just by working through the space that is under here. Good. So that is also out of this one is fixed. So everything is fine until now. Let's continue. We don't have much else to do. We now are going to install the saddle. That's very easy. You have this stem here. Okay, but we need to fix the saddle in this part. So the saddle comes this way. So this one goes in, and it has a screw here that needs to be tightened up, this one with this one, until this remains in position. And we are going to use the provided tool. Of course, when you are doing this, you are also, if you loosen this up more, you can adjust the angle of the seat, but it looks to be in normal, okay, decent position, so I'm going to leave it that way. I'm just going to make sure that it's tight for now, and if I don't like the position, later I'm going to adjust it properly. Right, so this is secured now, and moving on, we are going to open this. It's loose enough. Then the seat goes in this way, and put on the clamp, but don't do like me. You need to adjust this first, so something like this, so it actually puts some holding grip on this. Let's try that again. Much more better, but not sufficient, so I still need to do a few more turns with this. If you cannot rotate from this side, just keep this with your hand and rotate it from the other side, and you are going to have more grip this way, more strength. And now this clamp probably has sufficient grip. Let's test that again. All right, and yes, that is now properly installed. And that's mostly it. So now let's do a quick test. So this is not on off, this is for lights. It should start from this, so let's power this on, and we have power. We have 3 working modes. This is on kickstand, so let's check this. Nice, really nice. Inhibitor brakes with sensor, very good. And we have lights. Yes, we have lights. We have even a horn, so everything is all right. We have to put this on charge, get it full, and then we can actually test it up properly to see how it performs. So that was it for now. I hope that you have found this video useful. Oh, and I forgot to put on the mirrors, but I'm not a fan of mirrors. I'm not going to put them. You should install them because they are useful. Anyway, so be sure to follow my other uploads. They should be around here where you can see this in action and more videos with it. Until then, see you and bye bye.